Alright guys, so I'm running a little behind today on checking traps. I'm wanting to pull a few sets. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it done today, but I'm going to try. I made me a little tool today to make it a little easier for me to pull my footholds. So a couple weeks ago I really messed up my back. And normally my footholds I'll just, dig around the anchor and then pull it out with my hand, but I decided to try to make something this year. So I just had this piece of metal here in the shop. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's just some kind of old pipe of some sort. It kind of seems like it's a leg because it has this stake down here, but basically what I did is I just drilled a hole through it, ran my bolt through the hole, and then put a couple links of chain with a quick link so I can connect it to my anchors and pull them out. So this is basically what I have. Didn't take me a couple minutes to build. It's just stuff that was laying in the shop that ain't been used. So we're going to give this a try and hope it works today. We're going to go ahead and pull this trap with my trap pull that I built this morning. Basically, on the quick link here, I'm going to use it to hook onto my cable. And be sure to close the quick link before you pull. And I'm going to close the quick link. And just pull out. Once I get this stood up, just go the other way. There you go. Now you got your trap out, and it took longer to screw the quick link on than it did to pull it. So works for good. Alright, so we've checked most of our line today and we haven't caught anything. Mostly been pulling some of our sets that haven't been producing. They've been out for about 2 weeks or so. So I came up here to the new property to check the last few traps that we have out, and got a decent sized little coon in one of my coyote sets. So there's a coon we got in the set. It's not a real big coon, but it's a pretty coon. Got him by the back foot. He made me a nice little catch circle. So this will be nice to set up in. Very appealing for some coyotes and stuff. So, well, we got a coon today. Say hi, little fella. Alright, so we just took care of that raccoon there, and I decided to walk over the hill to kind of peek at my other traps before I spend time resetting that one. Because I like to get the animals taken care of as fast as I can, and then, well, I'll go through and reset all the traps. So I kind of just started to come around the corner here and got us another little coon. I can see his tail. He's kind of just laying out. This one looks like a pretty good sized coon here. So that's 2 raccoons. These traps ain't but maybe about 60-70 yards apart. So I'll go down here and check this other one real quick. This set down here is the last one I got on the line today. So not seeing anything on this one today. So yeah. Ain't got nothing on this one today. So we'll go ahead and take care of this other raccoon, and then we'll get those sets remade. Alright guys, so this is basically going to be a close-up of my remake here. So you guys can kind of see what I'm doing right here. So this one right here, this is the step-down set that I made the other day. The one that I said that the set that I'd got from Kendall. It's the one we just got this second raccoon out of. So I'm going to remake this one. Move this camera a little bit so you guys can see more what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and set my trap here. This is a number 2 Bridger dogless modified that I'm using in this set. So this is that step down set that I did. So our weather here has been changing a lot, you know, whether it's going to be 28, 30 outside at night or 50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a coating of peat moss and put it down at the bottom and pack it a little bit. What I like to do is I'll run my chain down there. I'll grab some of this dirt right here. I'm going to sift over my chain. I like my dirt to be over my chain here so it's not in the way of the trap when we're trying to get it bedded solid. And I'll grab a little more peat moss. Cover up that chain there. And we'll take our trap and kind of work it in. So basically the best way to do this is when you have here I already have my hole cut the size I need for my trap. When you're setting a new set, you're going to want your hole to fit this just perfect for your size of your trap. Doesn't matter what trap you're using. You're going to want to work it until you're solid, until you're comfortable with how that trap is, how solid it is. I'm going to take some of this hill and I'm going to push it, from this dirt and grass, I'm going to push it down into the jaws, get it nice and sturdy. Because you don't want your trap movement. That's the most important thing to any set, is you want your trap to be solid and not moving around. Get those rocks in there. You definitely don't want rocks in there. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to get some dirt. Stick it in there. So, see how the trap's solid? That's what you're looking for. You want your trap to be solid. Make sure there ain't no rocks or anything in there that can get caught in your jaws. I'm going to take some of this peat moss. I'm going to fill in my trap here. So this is basically a step down, is what this is. So when the animal, whatever it is, comes after the bait, they're going to see this low spot and they're going to want to step here so they can see down in that hole. And more than likely they're going to come here with both paws, like this. Now the raccoon we got is a lot smaller than a coyote, so we ended up catching him by the back foot. As he was here, his back foot was here. Go ahead and dump the rest of our peat moss in here. So I'm going to take some of this grass here. I'm going to build like a, I don't know if you want to call it a bridge or a break or whatever, but it's going to be a separation between this and where your bait's going to be. So we already have a dirt hole there. Turn this camera around here so you can see what I'm working at now. So here I got my dirt hole that I had before. I'm just going to run my rod up in there. I'm going to get that worked back out the way I want it. Get some of these bigger rocks out of the way. So basically the way I want this is, you want it to where they can see down in it but not fully get a full sense of it. So they're going to come up and they're going to get a close look, and they're going to step right here and bend down to look in there. So now that we got our bait hole, I'm going to take my gloves off because I don't bait with my gloves on. I'm going to take some of our Deadly Highway 71 bait. Here's what I'm going to put in here. Now it doesn't take a lot of bait. I know a lot of people say you need a big glob, but you can see that's what I put in there. It's not a real big glob. I'm going to wipe it up in there. And I like to use sheep's wool. I like using sheep's wool. It's got a natural farm smell to it, or animal smell. I'll take my sheep's wool. And since I've already caught something here, I'm not really going to put any lure, because you already got a lot of animal scent here, and we had lure before. So you can take a stick or anything. I take my butter knife that I use for dipping my lure, and I'm just going to shove that sheep's wool down in that hole. So you want it to be far enough down in there that he can't just grab it with his mouth and pull it out, but you also want him to be able to see it, because the sheep's wool is going to be your visual attractant, as the meat is going to be what he smells, your bait. So now that we have our trap the way we want it, and we have our bait in the hole, we're just going to try to mix it up, fix the setup how we want it. I'm going to put some backing, not only backing, just the grass that we have from what the coon dug up. I'm going to put it kind of over the hole so he can't just come right on top of it and dig from back here. So that's kind of my remake that I'm going to do here. There's many ways to do sets. This is just one of the sets that I'm trying out. This is not one that I've done many times and I've perfected. This is just something I tried for the first time the other day. So we're going to see how well it does again and see if we get another animal tonight.